Hey, there's some pretty cool stuff, and check out this. This is insane. This is full leather. This thing is a monster. That's maybe $5. They always go over $100. This one's gone for 115 to the US. We're on track to do our highest revenue month yet. If we're lucky, we will hit 29,000. I want to try and push and get that 30,000. That would be pretty cool. In terms of net profits, we're averaging around 22%. That's after all wages, all expenses, all rent. I'm happy with it. We're trending in the right direction. Folks, welcome back to the channel. Really do appreciate you being here. If you are new here, hey, how you doing? My name's Chris, and I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle. And I gotta tell you, I gotta pinch myself this week because I actually cannot believe how this week has gone. Actually, more so how this month has finished. Things are actually moving in the direction which I have been working so hard for a long time. If you've been following along for the last good 6 months, I've really been changing a lot of things, how I've been operating in the business, and I've been documenting this journey, and it's just starting to come into the position where I want it to be. We have a long way to go, but it is very, very encouraging and exciting to see some of those milestones being hit, which we'll talk about a bit later. But this week has been full of, again, doing a lot of the work, doing the grindy kind of work, the stuff that you got to do. It's hard work. It really is. But we've been having a lot of fun while doing it. And in doing so, we've been hitting some really, really cool new milestones and lots of profit. So if you're here for profit, there's going to be profit. But at the end of the day, like, I'm building this business over a 5-10 year plan, so we've got a long way to go. But first off, we kick off with a deal that I picked up from Friday. I picked that up at the end of the video last week, and we go through it, we sort it, we see what's in there, and then the rest of the week's really just getting into the deepness of clothing. We sort through 500 shirts, we go through Harley Davidson, we go through True Religion, we go through lots of stuff actually, and it's been a very, very busy week, basically sorting all the way up until Friday. I did pick up another video game lot, which we go through at the end of the video, and look, I'm almost speechless. Here I am stuttering. I don't know what else to say, because it's just, when I think back right now how the week has gone and seeing the progress and seeing the results, it's very rewarding. So come along for another journey. I do actually spend a good 15 minutes almost probably answering the top 10 questions that I've been getting from you or new subscribers that have been coming through over the last couple of weeks. And these questions I wanted to address. So if you want to see those, there's timestamps down below, but top 10 questions that I've been receiving over the last 90 days. And if you stick around, there's obviously plenty of stuff in between, but I do have my lessons for the end of the week. And then we go through the results of this week, but also the financial results for August 2024. So lots in this one. If you've got any questions, chuck them down below. Let's get into it. Folks, it is a Monday morning. It's a new week, and I'm excited. I'm excited because, I mean, new week, new chance to do things and make things happen. And last week was a pretty chilled week, to be honest. And at the end of last week, I did go pick up a bit of a deal. I've got a regular supplier of random stuff at this point. It's kind of clothing, sometimes pop culture stuff, sometimes video games, and a lot of shoes a lot of the time, and hats. So I did pick that up. So I'll be going through that today. But really, this week's focus is continuing to just push through all the backlog. So a washing lot is getting picked up today, which will make me a little bit more space, and we'll start sorting more clothing and things this week as well. So it really just back to the routine of pushing through all that clothing. Usually 550 kilos we can get done within usually 60 days. I've got about double that, so we are working a bit of double time to try and make that happen as quickly as possible. Obviously I'm listing more, I've got my photographer photoing more and things like that. So we'll see how we land in the next 90 days or so. Very early morning this morning, 7:30. I'm actually off to quickly do a personal errand for someone in the family, and then I'll be heading over to the unit. And yeah, then we just get straight into it. We've got about, I think it's 48 or 58 orders to go out, which is, it's actually interesting because it was a pretty quiet week. Like, we did finally get over our average. So my target per week at the moment is about $4,800 per week. I think we landed on 5,600. So I'm happy with that. Good to still see we pushing up in the right direction. But it took us a while to get there. So we've had quite a lot of still lower ASP sales this week. when I say lower compared to 50, we're probably doing closer to 40. So that's that. Yeah, I mean, there's just lots going on in my head as well, just as I plan for what's next to help elevate the business. Obviously we cleaned out a lot of stuff last week. Obviously now I've got more stuff that's just come through. I also picked up some video game promo stuff over the weekend as well, which don't know if I'm going to get to that today. I've got to bring it up, but we'll see how we do. The priority is to go through and sort and count all this stuff that I got from on Friday. So never a dull day. As I said, I got quite a few things just on the back of my mind of just how to progress, dealing with just the different challenges, whether it's mentally, sometimes it's, how do we continue to manage the cash flow appropriately, what quick wins do I have, what are the next decisions I need to be making for the business, what do I need to do to continue to help it grow, those kind of things. Those are the things that are really, are keeping me busy. The rest of it's kind of like just routine, just get it done kind of stuff. And yeah, I mean, there's still, we're probably still we're on track to do our best revenue month. I know people don't like me talking about revenue, but the reality is revenue gives me an indicator of then if we're covering our basis of profits as well. But we're currently tracking at about a 22% net profit for August at the moment. I've got one more wage lot to pay this week, which will be today. So hopefully we can probably push that 20% up to a 25% net profit. If we do that, it could possibly be our best month ever. We did our best profit month last month, potentially could beat it this month. We'll see how the sales kick off at the start of this week. It's always a bit of a slow start Monday. Sometimes it can be really good. Anyway, that's enough from me, enough banter. Let's get to the shop. All right, team, we're here. Just got all the washing out. This is getting picked up in an hour or so, maybe an hour and a half. This is all the stuff that's come in over I picked this up Friday. Bags of clothes and shoes and hats. Lots of stuff in here, and this pop vinyls and stuff. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna go through that today. I mean, first order of business though is obviously to focus on pick, packing and posting. I'll give you a quick little update while I'm here of how things are. It's going to take a while to get everything out, but we've actually, we've got quite a bit of, we've got 48 items to go out and we're sitting on 71,624. So we have dropped down again because we haven't been selling high value stuff, just lots of bread and butter kind of items. So happy to move all the old stuff though. That's good. So I'm going to get started on that, start pulling it all out. I'll take you through some of the wins, and then washing will come, and then the second half of today we'll be sorting all of this. And then the plan is that washing will come back at the end of the week. Through the week we'll probably start sorting some of the clothing, probably get Karla helping with some of the hats, and then this is probably the next stuff to go out for washing. So just ticking over. All right, so we've got 48 orders and it must be about 70 items. Like there's all of this, that is full, and then we've got some stuff here as well. Lots of bread and butter. There's probably 30% of these orders are multi-quantity orders, which I'm very grateful for. So we do have a PlayStation here, we've got another PlayStation in there. We've got a bundle of pants, we've got some vintage magazines, we've got some Star Wars books there, we've got a lot of fleece, still actually a lot of winter stuff going out, which is surprising because we've had in Victoria, Melbourne, we've had quite a pickup in the heat, but quite a lot of North Face and fleece and bundles of those going out. We've also got lots of jeans and lots of shorts, so it's the complete opposite. We've even got stuff with some cars, we've got some phones going out. They sold like hotcakes very quick. Let's get packing. I might show a few things as I go through, but it's going to take a bit of a slog. Washing lady will be here in about 20 minutes, so I'll see what I can get done. All right, here's one which is a really quick seller. So this is 3 Guitar Hero wireless dongles. They have not been tested. I found them at the bottom of a box, so I've listed them all together as a bundle. They sold within 2 hours. They went for $81.20. Not bad. Alright folks, orders are all done. I'm now just going to actually print them all out, and just to give you guys perspective, all this postage, there's 49 orders, there was about 64 items. It's come to $548 of postage. It's just, that's why it's important to make sure that you have the money in your account and you're not relying on eBay paying you all the time, because sometimes it doesn't work out that well. So I'm going to print all this out now, and then it will be time to start doing some other work. So, jeepers. It's magical. By the way, this is the Oz print. Thing works a charm. Postage is all done, all packed up. Chockers. Now we're going to start to go through some of this stuff. So I'm going to start to pull it out. I'll put it into categories, and then I'll probably give you a bit of a sticky beak as well. And yeah, and the stuff that I don't want, it goes back on the trolley, and we'll go back to the individual. And the stuff that I do want, then negotiate dollars. Folks, just stepping out to grab a coffee for myself and the photographer. It's almost lunchtime anyway, so good to stretch the legs. And then I'll be continuing into getting through all that stuff. I just started it, and there's some pretty interesting stuff in there. A lot of women's stuff, which is good and bad, because it's a bit overwhelming, but at the same time, it's the best way to learn, because it's usually low cost of goods. So, you know, different ways of looking at it. Alright, this is where we landed. We've got some tops, we've got all pants and denim, we've got more tops, we've got skirts and dresses. These are all jumpers and hoodies. Then we've got some really unique golf pants. All these toys, probably not really going to deal with those. And then there's some hats to sort through here, and a couple of handbags as well. So I'm going to now go through quality check, look up. Oh, and there's all these shoes as well. Some Nike Airs. Don't know if these are legit actually. I don't think they're legit. Anyway, I've got to go through, do the quality checks and all that kind of stuff, and then pick and choose what is a keep and not. Let's do it. Okie dokie, that's all sorted. Put the stuff into washing bags already. That's the stuff that's going back. There's a few bits and bobs out here. Some pretty cool shoes, nothing crazy this time. A few rough and tough pop vinyls and wacky wobblers. We ended up doing about 55 items, and 56 will go back. So there's about 111 items in total. So not too bad. I'm going to put some of this aside and start to photo it, and then the rest will go into its batch jobs. And yeah, now I'm going to do that, and then might even start to sort some of this. All right, folks. One thing that I could do right now is we need more SKUs. We're out of SKUs. I've got to start from 8737, and I'm going to give you guys a bit of an understanding of how I do this. I probably get asked this almost once a week at the moment, of how we go about making this happen. So I use the label printer, label writer 4XL Dymo for this, and I'm using the smaller, I'll pull this up on screen, but these are basically 25 by 25 rolls. And these only print out 750 at a time. So basically I just do 750 times 2, so I do 1500 at a time. Just that usually covers us for a good month and a half, sometimes 2 months, depending on, you know, how much we're working and stuff. And then I use the tool within the Dymo label as well. So I'm just going to get this set up, and then I'll show you what I do. All right, so I'm using this little thing called Dymo Connect. You can just download it, go to the website, and you can actually do a counter option, and there's this little hashtag here that you can click on, and if you go to that, essentially you can then start the number and increment it in ones. You can change the number of digits, the prefixes, and all that stuff. So I'm starting at, I've just done a test one to make sure it's all good working, so I'm starting at 8738. I would then modify it, and I wanted to basically do, I've already used one, and there's already a blank one at the top, and there's 750 in this roll. But I think max can print is 500. So I'm just going to do, I'll do 748 and see what it does. See, it does 500 automatically. So we can do 500, and then we'll be able to do basically another 248 after that, and then I'll do another roll after that. So as you can see, go print. It will take a little bit to think, and then it should just start straight away. Wait for it. There we go. And it just goes like that. Woohoo! And folks, we've officially just landed on 10,156. The SKUs are growing. Alright, just done a couple of listings here. Now I'm going to actually start to pull out all these jeans and start to just get them ready. Karla and I are going to be sorting these tomorrow. Well, starting to sort clothes tomorrow. Karla will probably be helping with shoes and hats tomorrow as well. So I've got to just get that plan happening as well. So right into it, only here for another hour, then got to go. Yeah, let's see what I can get done. All right, they're all done. There's someone up there at the moment, but these are all done. There is a total of 45 in here. I've now checked them all, put them into colors and stuff so they can go out for washing. I'm pretty happy with these. Gotta love some good True Religion. Look at that sparkle. Woo, jeepers. Next up is True Religion. This is just like mixed up. We've got like jackets, jumpers, sweaters, tees. I think there's some shorts in here as well. Zip ups. Yeah, not too bad. Next pile done. Some pretty cool stuff in here. I've never done some of this True Religion kind of before. There is one snap button here which is broken, which is unfortunate, but some cool just kind of athleisure wear and just casual. And then lots of tees, which will be good for summer and spring. So for people that love this kind of stuff, it's going to be perfect. On to the next. Just started the first half of a whole bunch of like Harley Davidson stuff. Haven't really done a lot of this, but I'm starting to get more into it, and I tell you, there's some pretty cool stuff. And check out this. This is insane. This is full leather. This thing is a monster. That's nuts. Really, really cool. Still got plenty more to go through that. Alright, now that's everything. I've got everything stacked out. It's not really sorted that well. We'll end up doing that tomorrow, but I just tried to get it all out to get a count so I just know how much is here. Some pretty cool. We've also got some women's chaps in here, which, yeah, didn't expect to find those. That's pretty cool. They should do pretty well, assuming everything's in the right condition. Yeah, learning lots here. This is the fun part. I love this part. So there's some really cool stuff in here. Lots of jackets, shirts, hoodies, sweaters, a whole bunch of different stuff, which will be fun to explore tomorrow. There's a few denim in there as well. And then over here, this is all women's. So I've got a fair bit in here too. Not too bad. So much fun. I'm going to start packing up. It's 3:47. Got to leave here at 4, and I'll be back here tomorrow. We'll have Karla with me tomorrow as well. So I'll start packing up. All right, folks. Out of here. See you tomorrow. Ciao. Folks, and just like that, it was Tuesday. Nearly forgot what day it was. All right. Well, we have Karla in the flesh, which is always a better day. Today's plan, we actually have quite a few options, which is a bit of a weird situation to be in. So we've got a little bit more shoes we can do, which isn't much. It's like 4 pairs. We've got lots of hats we can do. We've got sorting of clothes and prepping through them, which I think is probably something we're going to end up doing today anyway. And yeah, pick back and post. Got about 20 orders. It actually was a really great day yesterday. Ended up doing 1,100 just from kind of everyday sales. And then this morning we've sold a GameCube already, and also cash flow the game. So we're already sitting on about $400, which is pretty good. Nice little start to the day. So yeah, that's kind of the focus. It's really just doing the work again kind of thing. One thing that we do need to start to do is over the next couple of weeks, so this week, next week, is we're going to be actually pulling out all the clothing, which you saw me start doing yesterday, out of all the bags,
and quality checking them, color coding them so they're ready for washing, just so we're ahead. And I'm doing that while I've got Karla for a bit extra time, because it saves me time later down the line, because we're going to start to get into the I guess momentum of back-to-back washes again, now that we've actually nearly exhausted all the stuff in the processing room that we're doing for photos for. So yeah, I'm just really speaking my mind at this point. Alright, so we're going to get in, we're going to go to Bunnings, grab a coffee and a cheeky spinach roll, and then we'll be in there doing some work. So we'll see you in a jiffy. Alright folks, we have a plan other than munching away here in the morning. We are going to, this is what the plan is, while I do a pick, pack and post, Karla's going to process these shoes. Some nice little Nikes in here, and then if she needs a little bit more stuff to do while I'm doing pick, pack and post, she'll be doing the hats. And then after that, we're going to continue to process the clothing. So the aim here is basically to process anything that's opened already, and that way we can just kind of get ahead. And this will be going out for washing next. Then it will be this, and then the Harley stuff. And if it means we have to rebag it, yeah, it's a little bit of back and forth, but it just means that they're already quality checked, all those different things, and put in color code, so it'll be quick and easy over the next coming weeks. So we're probably going to focus on that this week. There is some video game stuff that I've got, a whole bunch of promo material, which we'll probably do on Thursday. We didn't want to bring it up because it's just absolutely crazy outside with the wind. I don't want posters and cardboard and things flying all around. So that's the plan. And as of yesterday, we've now moved into the overflow section. So we're going to try and exhaust this as long as possible. And then I think once we get to probably this bay, well, actually, yeah, we'll have to. Once we get to this bay, that's when we will do the next consolidation, which will probably be end of next week. Yeah, time for a pick, pack and post. Let me take you through what we actually got in terms of going out. I'll show you that in detail in a minute, but it's been, as I said on the way in, it's actually been pretty good as of last night. There is a sale on eBay at the moment, 15-17% off, depending if you're eBay Plus or not, so that's probably helping get a few more sales. But we're got 21 orders to go out, and we're on 72,375. Don't know how well you can see that. And so we have dropped down a little bit, but hopefully we can pick up with some volume this week. So I'm going to get out some stuff, and we've got some cool stuff going out today as well, and I'll show you what we got. Okie dokie, what have we got? We've got cash flow going out. We've got this War in the North, Lord of the Rings Collectors, PlayStation 3 statue. We've got a GameCube going out that sold instantly this morning. Probably, I mean, I didn't list it low, but I kind of listed it competitively. I listed it for 200 bucks. Someone came through, paid full price, and put the postage on it, so it came to $219. Very happy with that. Nice little bundle. I've got one more of those. Little camera going out for 100. Some phones going out for 40 or somewhere around there. These are just bread and butter. There's actually quite a fair bit of international stuff that's come through over the night. So like pairs of shorts that have only sold for like 30 bucks, but you know, they've paid $30 postage. So some pretty nice wins there. And then a couple of RM Williams stuff as well. So nothing too crazy. I must say, I'm getting pretty excited about this month. It's the 27th of August, so we still have, you know, about 4 days left, and we're on track to do our highest revenue month yet. If we're lucky, we will hit 29,000. I want to try and push and get that 30,000. That would be pretty cool. In terms of net profits, we're averaging around 22%. That's after all wages, all expenses, all rent. 22% net profit ain't too bad. Last month we did 32%. So we've had a few more expenses this month, but I'm happy with it. We're trending in the right direction. And that's 2 months back to back where we've done above 20% net profit. So we're starting to see it crawl into the right direction. However, you know, I want to see a few more months of this, and see if we can retain it. But so far, so good. All right, let's get packing. Postage done. Okay, we're starting the next part of the day. So we're actually way ahead of schedule, which is great. So all of these, as I said before, all of these have already been checked, processed. The first thing that we're going to do is these are going into the washing next. These are all going to get bagged. We should make 10 bags up from this. and then they will then be the next thing after those. Actually, I'll address this right now. I had someone ask, I'll put it up on screen, about, yes, you guys know that I do a lot of washing, but you guys wanted a behind the scenes walkthrough of my the person that does the washing. I can't do that. They operate from home. They operate for a franchise called Laundry Lady, or Laundry Ladies, and she's a stay-at-home mum that does that. So obviously I'm not going to do a behind the scenes of their operation. That just doesn't make sense. But they do it from home. They come pick it up, and I meet them downstairs. We take all the trolleys down. They take it, do the washing over a couple of days. They can actually do it within 1 day, but I said I don't need it in 1 day because we have a backlog. So we usually do Mondays and Thursdays, and yeah, and then it's rinse and repeat. So in the long run, maybe if I have my own operation, I'll take you through how that process works. But for now, keeping their privacy in mind, that's definitely not going to happen. So yeah, all right, we're going to get cracking on this, and we'll give you some updates as we go. All right, team, we have bagged up actually majority of the True Religion. We've bagged up all the shirts, and we've now sorted and quality checked all of the Harley Davidson. So we've got lots of shirts, we've got some women's stuff, some sweaters, more shirts, more like hoodies, some denim stuff, jeans I've already put in over there, a couple of sweaters as well here, some nylon jackets, bit of fleece, not too bad. So now we'll probably bag it and tag it, and then we're going to be getting on to shirts, which is probably one of my favorite categories actually. Having fun, babe?
Yep.
Hear the excitement just bounce from her, right? Way to sell it, babe. Anyway, it is 12 o'clock. When are we stopping for lunch, babe?
1. Absolutely.
The boss has spoken.
Good to go.
I just do what I'm told here. She's really the one. She's the one directing it all. See, look.
Good thing you know.
Help! Alright folks, now we are doing the bags of shirts. So if you're new here and you haven't seen this before, we basically pull them all out, we put them into their different respective brands, or if there's sometimes if there's not many of some, we just kind of bundle them up as types of styles or whatever. So we're going to do that now. We've got about 1, 2, 3, 4 bags and then a bale. So it's going to be like 500 shirts probably, or if not more. So we're going to get cracking on that.
I got boss here.
Okay, so you can just see what we're doing, spreading it out like this. Yeah, we'll see you later. You can do this. No, there's no metal there. You get the idea. Just so you can see, we're into the thick of it now. Open one more bale, and we're almost swimming in shirts. All right, this never does it justice, but we finally pulled everything out. We have to count it all now. So we've got like Levi's here, we've got Lacoste, we've got Adventure Mix, this is all Ralph Lauren, nice little stack there. This is all Wrangler, this one is Tommy, we've got some Nautica, a little bit of Calvin, which I'm not really keen on. There's a Western, and then we've got this is, what is this, like luxury brand, but it's not anything crazy. And then this is actually a bit more of a, feels like his sports, and there's some denim in here as well. Some really nice denim actually. This is a nice jacket, and this one too, pretty cool. There's also a bit of Woolrich over there as well. So that's all done. I still got one more bag of shirts, but that's from a different lot. So we're going to count, well, we're actually going to have some lunch, then we're going to count all this, and then it will probably go back into bags, into the different types of brands and colors, and that way when we go to do washing loads, we can just take what we want, and it's good because then I can upload all the Ralph Lauren together, all the Tommy H together, and it just really good for repeat customers. I need to sneeze, it's so dusty in here. We're gonna have lunch. On today's kitchen, ooh, Oh, there's Skyflakes in here, there's Chockies in here, muesli bars, and there's even a kombucha, I think, too. Or a spitchel, yep. Wow. And then we have a couple of Sangers. What have we got today, babe?
Salmon, I think. Salmon sandwich.
Yep. Alright, team, we're going to enjoy lunch and just take a breather. Karla's been working me pretty hard.
As you should.
No sympathy. Alright, we're going to eat, folks. Okay, all of this is now counted, and we had was 496 shirts. And now what we have to do, this is the fun part, is we go through and we do a quality check, but the main focus is actually we button everything. The question that comes up all the time is, why do we button them? I button them because originally we were doing it because we thought it was going to be better for washing, which there's a big debate about that. We actually button them now because we have to button them when we take the photos. So it saves us time for the photographer later. So we just do that now. And that's on the cuffs. And, you know, well, we don't necessarily do the top button, but we do the, you know, the button downs here as well. And then we do a quick little spot check, see if there's anything. We also check pockets, and then we also remove any tags as well. So that's what Karla's doing here. Yeah, because sometimes they still have Goodwill tags or Savers tags or whatever. And majority of the time it's Goodwill. So that's that. So we're going to start on that now. It's 1:43, and this will pretty much be the rest of the day. Alright, team, so we've made some pretty good progress. We've actually processed half of it now back into bags. So like, for instance, that one's now labeled, that one's now labeled. We still have all of the this is Ralph Lauren polo to do right here. Like, all of that is Ralph Lauren. Like, there's a lot there. And then we've got the rest over here is just Tommy H. So we've got a fair bit. That will be Thursday's problem. We've got to put all these bags back in as well. This is for washing the next round, and then that's the following round, and then some of this will be then the next round after that. So really getting ahead now. Yeah, that's it. So we're going to start to pack up now. We're going to leave a little bit early to run some errands. Not too bad. I'm happy with this. We'll show you at the end. There we go. All done. Not too bad. Thanks, babe. Now we'll just finish the second half on Thursday, and well, then we get on to Levi's and Carhartt and...
Yeah, hopefully we'll be finished by Thursday, so we can open another batch on Friday.
Oh yeah, I think that's fine. There was what, 150 plus about 100, so yeah, probably just what we just did, and we only did that in the second half, so I think we'll be fine. Alright, team, we're off. We're actually off to the Filipino shop, and then it's nacho night tonight. Woo woo! Ciao!
Bye!
Folks, and just like that, it was Wednesday. Just finished up at Backpack with Vic Kids, been there for about 4 hours, and just actually been doing a bit of preparation for some of the Christmas stuff coming up for them. And for those that don't know, if you are new here, we are fundraising for Backpack for Vic Kids at the moment. We're aiming for $20,000. We have a long way to go. Over the last 3-4 years, we have actually raised a total of $18,000. And this year we did go pretty full on, and we're aiming to hit the big number of $20,000. So if you're curious about all that, there's some details down below in the description. We run raffles every week. We've got a main event coming up, and you can win a luxury bag at the value of $1,500. And the door entry prize start from $5 a pop. So get involved with that. Lots more opportunities to come over the next coming weeks as well. So today, Wednesday, it's just me at the shop today. Just a half day. I'll probably focus on doing a bit of admin stuff. I've got to do a pick, pack and post. I think I've got, was it 15 orders maybe? I'll show you when we get in. Had a few bigger sales come through just before, PlayStation 3 bundle and a few other bits and bobs like that. So I'll probably do that, and then I actually wanted to spend some time and actually just answer a whole bunch of questions that have been coming through over the last probably maybe 6 to 10 weeks. Just basically questions I get asked every week. So I just figured I'd sit down, go through some of those. I'm also filming a Pokemon Fun video, which will actually be out on Saturday. So by the time you're seeing this, the Pokemon Fun video should have already come out. just to give an update on that and what you guys can expect. And yeah, so, and then after that, I'll probably just get into doing some just some quick win stuff. I might do some hats or do some sorting of clothes. We'll see how we go. So I'm going to get in, I'll have lunch, and then get cracking. So that's that. Just pretty cruisy week, actually. Nothing too crazy. So we'll get started on that, and I'll take you through the journey for the day. Let's do it. All right, team. We are here. We've dropped down a bit. We're on 72,613. So we've gone roller coaster rides again. We do have a total of 16 items to go out, which I'll get out shortly. I'm just going to have some lunch first. We've got a PlayStation console. We've got some North Face. We've got some sweaters, some old cassette tape players, some shorts, some pants, and some shirts. So yeah, I'll get that in a minute. I'm going to have some lunch. Got Portuguese chicken on a sandwich, and then we'll get cracking. So I'm just going to take a break, just have a bit of a think about some stuff, and then we'll get into it. Okay, this is what we've got going out. We've got these little Dead Space magazines. They've gone out for about 65, 55. This one's gone out for about 170, I think it was, 179, somewhere around there. Just a bundle. That's on consignment. These guys are going for about 55, 60, and then it's just basically, so these are the old Sony Walkmans. And then we just got bread and butter shorts. A lot of shorts, actually. So nothing too crazy, but still nice to see some things ticking over. I'm not going to lie, there's a few things on my head at the moment. I'm just going to bring it up and talk about it. So business is going well. We're great. And I've spoken about this over the last couple of weeks, where I find that when I get to spots where things get stagnant, I spoke about this last week, that I either move into self-sabotage, or I get super frustrated and I start thinking, why are things not moving? Things are going great. Do not get me wrong. Like the level of growth, which is a level of success that we've been seeing in the business for the last 6 to 8 months, has been like no other. We've literally almost doubled. But because I've seen that and experiencing that, I want it to keep growing. So I kind of do things that force myself to do that, to grow. And at the same time, I don't like when we don't have that feeling of growth, like sales going out, lots of things coming through, challenges and things like that. So that's just a mental thing that I always deal with and struggle with. And sales aren't necessarily bad. They're just not necessarily crazily better, but they're average, which is great. And, you know, I'm curious to hear from other people how, you know, do you feel this? If you're a small time seller, I know it's even more frustrating, and it might seem like here I am talking about this and I'm not complaining. I'm explaining that I feel like I can be doing more. I can be doing better. And I'm not seeing the results that I want to see. I have been that, whether I was doing $10,000 every 90 days, whether I was doing 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and now we're doing 70. And that's because it keeps pushing me to do better, to do harder, to do things in a way that's going to continue to grow the business. So just venting, really talking to myself, getting it off my chest because it's in my head. And there's a few other things. I've taken some more risks in the last month, and some of that will be arriving probably in about 30 days or so. Testing out some new waters. I spoke about this last week, where I'm trying out some international stuff. Haven't done that before. Don't really want to go through the normal channels of that just because it's saturated, but really pushing myself to try things differently, giving a bit of a test. I had to say no to some things, but this one I'm willing to try it, and we'll see. If it goes well, then maybe it will turn things in the right direction, but we will see. We will see. Probably more on that in about 30 days. Let's get packing. Okay, postage is done. Oh, jeepers. Sorry about that. I'm now going to answer a whole bunch of different questions, so I'm just going to get cozy, and I'll answer some of those questions that have been coming through over the last 10 to 12 weeks. I'm pretty much answering them once a week at this point, so let's do that. All right, don't know how well you can see me. This should be pretty good though. So I've been getting these questions, and I just figured I'll do this video, and then if people ask me a whole bunch of questions, I can link them to this. But I think they've just been coming up just because I've been getting a lot of new subscribers. So if you're a new subscriber, let me know down in the comments and say hi and introduce yourself. I really do appreciate you coming over to the channel, and I hope you're enjoying yourself. I hope you're finding some really insightful information. And if there's anything else you'd like to see, let me know, because, and this goes out to anyone. I mean, my intention here is I don't want to be creating how-to videos. I was doing that. I got a bit burnt out by it. Now I'm just enjoying bringing you along for the ride. So if there's things that you want to see that I can incorporate into my day today, then please let me know and I'll do my best to bring that in. If you've got questions, chuck them down in the comments. So the first one that I had was, when am I getting a warehouse? Look, so if we go back about 2-3 months, I thought it was going to be by the end of the financial year. I thought it was going to be by the end of this year. I've pulled back on that a little bit just because I'm trying to make the costs be sensible. I'm trying to also store some cash into the business, just so I've got a little bit of capital dollars. I could probably do it right now. It would be a push and it would push myself, but I don't think I need it right now. And I've also found myself that anytime I need more space, the opportunity has presented itself. I am still trying to get the next storage unit next to me, which is number 5, because that's still cheaper than me getting a whole workspace, like a whole, warehouse factory kind of thing. If I do get a warehouse, it has to have a really unique set of specs, because there's a few other things that I want to do when I have the warehouse, which helps broaden my bigger play in what I'm trying to build as an individual for my lifestyle, which will have stuff to do with the podcast. I do want to have a bit of a retail space, and there's a few other little bits and bobs there as well. So when is that happening? Look, it might happen in FY25. It might not either. We'll just play it as it comes. You'll be the first to know when I know, after I've obviously can share it. Question number 2 was, and I've got this on paper, does Karla do this full time too? No, she does not. So Karla has her own job. She's in between jobs at the moment. And she's just been spending a little bit more time helping me while she's had that time off. And yeah, that's really it. But she does her own thing. This is my dream. I mean, obviously it's the dream to help us build a lifestyle that will suit both of us, but it's my business, and she just helps out because at the end of the day, any help that we can put into the business to make it grow is going to be more beneficial. Down the line, who knows? But at this point, no. She does not do this full time. She just jumps in when she's got time to hang out and to help and wanting to help. So, which I'm super grateful for. So yeah. How do I print my SKUs? Now, I actually did this at the start of earlier in the video of how I go about printing my SKUs. There's certain labels that I can purchase online. I use my Dymo 4XL, and I just print them out using the Dymo label. There's software there that you can use, and I just use an incremental tool within that label printer and that label printing tool, and yeah, just sequential like that. That's how I do it. All the details in the description below as well. Why do I wash all my clothing, and where do I get it done? I wash all the clothing for a number of reasons. Majority of my clothing comes in bales or comes from places where it's been sitting for a very long time. It needs to be washed. Even if it didn't need to be washed because it had been washed prior, it's all wrinkled and it just does not look presentable. So my quickest win to get that solved, killing 2 birds, 1 stone, is wash it. It gets all the wrinkles out and it comes back folded and dried, and it's clean and fresh and it looks great. It looks so much better for the photos. And that's why I do it. Plus, part of eBay policy is all secondhand clothing has to be washed before put on eBay and sold. Where do I get it done? I use a service called Laundry Lady or Laundry Ladies. It's called Laundry Lady. Where do I get my stock from? So I have a number of different avenues of stock at the moment. Majority of it's coming wholesale. I have 3-4 suppliers that I use. Some more than others, and some of them actually now are international, which is great. But that's mainly for the clothing. My other parts of the business is consignment. I have 3 consignees at the moment that I work with to sell on their behalf, and then the other is word of mouth. And Otherwise, just looking for deals and finding opportunities, and op shopping and thrifting. But that's probably about 10% now. Consignment, my ongoing consignment contracts are probably 30%, 20% of my sales. Yeah, clothing is still really basically 80 to 70% of the sales. That's where I get it from. Obviously, I'm not going to give you my suppliers or anything. I've worked really hard. I have spent over $100,000 with certain suppliers to continue to grow the business. So that's, it's taken a lot of time to get that. That's working for my business, and it's working for my business. How do I pay myself? So I use the Profit First system. I've spoken about this before, but the Profit First system enables me to basically allocate my cash flow as it comes in from eBay. I put money away for tax, I put money away for myself, I put money away for, OPEX and operating expenses, I put money away for, paying my staff and things like that. And the Profit First system, great book. If you would like a chance to win one of those books, I've got a book, brand new book, don't have it with me, it's sitting at home actually. If you would like a chance to win that book, let me know down in the comments below, what is your number one biggest problem, challenge in reselling? Just curious to hear it. Or if you don't want to answer that, tell me why you want the Profit First book. Regardless, you need to put in your comments somewhere, Profit First. That's so I know that it's in relation to you wanting to win a copy of this book. And then I'll select one randomly. All right. So if that's you, do it. So I won't go into the detail of the Profit First book, but that's what I follow. However, I'm getting closer to the point now where once I move to a company, I will pay myself a salary, and that's it. What do we use to photograph items? We use an iPhone 11 and 13. Here's a good question. I'm just going to refresh this camera because it only has an 8-minute thing on it at the moment. Okay, any advice for a new starter? This is such a broad question. Look, off the cuff, I think there's two things. First thing is, you got to know why you're doing this. Are you doing this for some spare money on the side? Are you a casual reseller? Are you just doing it to get some cash, make $500? What is your plan here? If you're wanting to do this full time, you have to throw a lot of hard work and a lot of money at it. And when I say a lot of money, and just making sure you understand that you're not going to be able to pay yourself for a while. You're not going to be able to replace your income for a while. You're going to have to probably outlay more for a while than you're getting back if you're trying to do it at volume. My advice when it comes to reselling is start slow if you're wanting to do this full time, and build into it. As long as possible, do it on the side while you have your main income stream. If you're doing this just to make some money on the side and you want to make $500, same thing. Be really, really strict with your budget in terms of what you're buying, what you're selling, and flipping. Don't go over. And that applies when you go into doing this full time as well. Have your metrics, understand how that looks. But that's really the new starter advice I have is start slow. Do not compare to anyone else but yourself. Seek advice from others and get help, but do the research yourself. Understand the eBay platform. What are the policies? What are the procedures? What are the things you can and cannot do? Go about learning how to do things yourself. And there is so much information in all these different tools, whether it's eBay, Australia Post, and everything in between. They all have guides of how to use their stuff. You don't need to go to me on YouTube. You don't need to go to other people to necessarily get all the details. If you can go find the information that they have provided for you to actually get, to help you actually then learn it, to then go apply it and then take action, you will learn it so much better. That's really my short advice there. If you have specific questions, I'm happy to get into it. I will be frank, I'm not here to tell you how to do it, and I'm not also here to spoon feed. I want you to grow and learn by yourself, and that's how I am doing it. Obviously, I get inspiration and some insight from a lot of people ahead of me, but it's a lot of hard work, really just putting the hands down, getting dirty and doing it. How do we send international? So when it comes to sending international, I use Australia My Business Post. I import all my orders for international and domestic. Go do that. Figure that out. You need to turn it on first, and there's a really great video from Grumpy Granny. She tells you how to turn all that on. But make sure you pick where you want to send to in eBay. Again, you can go find eBay's information, how to do this, links in the description below, and set up where you want to send, whether it's Asia, whether it's Europe, whether it's US, New Zealand, UK, all those great places. I do majority, but you can pick and choose. Set those up first. Make sure you're following your business policies and having that set up nice and neat. I always do weighted and calculated post, because when it goes international, it's not by size, it's by weight. So when you list something, you know what the weight of it is, and make sure you put a little bit of a 10% premium on top to cover any packaging as well, and then it will calculate how much it's going to cost to send to that destination. So go through and import it into Australia Post, follow it through. The main focus area you need to pay attention to is making sure all the address details are correct. But the key thing is when they ask for the different tariff codes. Now that is basically when you have to put the description of what it is that you're sending, and then it's going to generate the tariff code. I'll put this up on screen so you can have a look for yourself. And when you do that, it will automatically generate the code for you. It never used to do that, but you've got to make sure that that code is in there. The other thing you need to keep into account is when you do send to certain locations, such as New Zealand, such as UK, Europe, I think Japan and Singapore, and a few other places, if you go to the order, there is usually a tax code or a VAT code or paid in advance code. That's to ensure that they don't have to pay customs again, or that they've already paid their customs. So when it goes international, when it goes through their customs, that code needs to be in a reference field or in a customer detail field within your in the postage printout. And again, I'll put an example up on screen. Those are the two main things you need to focus on. Otherwise, just go to town with it. The only thing to keep in mind is not everything is allowed to be sold international, so you need to do your own research. The other question I get all the time, and the last question I get all the time, is do I sell on other platforms? No, just on eBay. All right, I'm going to go do some work. If you've got other questions, chuck them down below. If you want to see something, let me know. Here to help, here to show, but again, I'm not here to tell you the best way to do it. I'm going to tell you how I do it. And that might not be the best way to do it, but it's working for my business. So let's go do some work. I actually just finished doing a Pokemon Fun video, but now what we're going to do is we're actually going to do some hats. I just need to get ahead with the hats. Get ahead with the hats. I've been putting them off for so long. I have 1, 2, 3 tubs of hats there, and then I have more here. So we're going to start with these and get cracking with them. Let's do it. Just been going through these hats. As you can see, I've already done 15. That was out of the first tub. And now I'm just going through the other tubs and just making them up into the ones which will be worth it and which won't be. These are the ones they're just going to get a donation or whatever. And then these will either be perfect or they've just got to be slightly adjusted to be up to scratch. So getting back to it. Alright, 25 hats have been done, updated the sheet, they're now uploading on Dropbox. I'm going to start to pack up now. It's 4 o'clock and it's absolutely been pouring down. It's just broken, so I'm going to quickly start to pack up and try and get out of here before it rains again, so I don't have to be packing the car in the rain. I'll be back here again tomorrow. I've got the photographer in. I'll have Karla with me again tomorrow, and we'll be continuing on with all of this. So I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao. Quick little interlude here. So at the time of this video, I am so happy to share that we've finally hit $5,000 for fundraising for Backpack for Vic Kids. And now that we've hit $5,000, that means we've unlocked a PlayStation 4 brand new inbox for a giveaway. Well, actually for a raffle. So each week we've been raffling off a whole bunch of different things to raise money for Backpack for Vic Kids. If you want the chance to win this PlayStation 4, it's $5 to join the raffle. This is going to be on Wednesday, the 4th of September. The tickets open from 8:30 a.m. and they close at 9 p.m. in the evening, and then the winner will be announced live in my live stream. So if you want to get involved with that, jump down below. You can see some details up on screen. It's only for this week only at the time of this video, of course. But yeah, don't miss out. Don't miss out. And thank you for everyone that's been making this happen. Folks, and just like that, it was Thursday. Back at it again. We have Karla, which is always good. So today's plan is we have a washing drop off and switch over this morning, probably in the next 45 minutes. And then the plan today is it's full house. Got myself in. Karla, obviously a photographer. They'll be focusing on doing the clothes. Karla and I, when I say focusing on the clothes, they'll be photoing. Karla and I are going to go through some video game promo stuff, a whole bunch of posters and things, so I'll need some help with photographing that, and then probably get back to sorting the clothes and buttoning and all that jazz. And yeah, that's kind of probably it. It's kind of just that kind of day. If we get through all the shirts, we might even open up some of the jeans or some of the other items as well and sort through those, just continuing on. And the other thing is we're testing out a new process for the notes. I mentioned this yesterday. The photographer will be testing that process to see if we can save some time, which I think it will work well. Yeah, got a pick, pack and post, only about 9 orders. Someone did purchase 9 items, so even though we've got 9 orders, it's going to be like 22 items maybe. So pretty happy with that as well. So we're going to swing by Bunnings, pick up the usuals, and then get to it. We'll see you in a jiffy. Ciao. All right, team, we are here. Just got the washing picked up. We actually just did another exchange as well. Karla's been a little cheeky. She's had her spinach roll now and all happy. Yeah? Mm-hmm. All waking up?
Yep.
So all those bags went. That will be for the next lot. We'll be continuing on with this today. Yeah, we do have a pick, pack and post session I'll do shortly. We're just going to work out where these will be going. As you can see, we've actually got pretty much good room in here. I'm going to let my photographers start on these leathers today first, get them out of the way. Yeah, not too bad. I will show you quickly how we're progressing for the sales. We're on 72,552 and we've got 8 orders actually. But as I said, one person purchased 9. We've got an Xbox going out. And then lots of shorts. So yeah, not too bad. I'll show you that in a bit. I'm going to just get myself sorted and then we'll get cracking. Alright, so here's all the items. We've got an Xbox. This is the Pokemon stuff from last night's raffles. This is one order right there. There's 9 items. Hats, tops, everything. This is probably one of my most favorite things to sell. This is a brush popper. I sell probably 4 of these a year. Maybe 5. They always go over $100. This one's gone for $115 to the US. That includes postage. Then a few other little quick wins down there as well. And I've just finished getting everything out, and I just had someone else come through and purchase 6 items. So I'm going to get all those out, and they've spent $200. Super grateful for those people that do purchase bulk items. I'm going to get those out, and then we're going to start packing. Alright team, postage is all done, all printed out. There's the bundles. And now it is time to... Actually, it might be time to have a little snacky. Got some of these bad boys. But I'm going to come and help Karla now. And then once we finish this lot, we'll probably get into some of the video game promo stuff, which I'll give you a bit of a sneak peek on. Some of this will be kept for maybe some giveaways, but otherwise it's going to be... sold. We've got some Spider-Mans, we've got some Modern Warfare stuff, and in here we've got Red Dead Redemption, and we have some Pokemon as well. Some Pokemon stuff in there, and a few other bits and stuff in here as well. So, yeah. Okay, quick little update. We finished the first big stash. That's all done. And then we've still got 2 more piles, which we'll be doing. That's rag. Which we'll be doing when we go back. We're going to go grab some coffees and check out the new cafe that Christian from Forest Finds Online suggested. I think it's called Saint Germain, maybe. Go suss that out, and then we'll come back, have some lunch, and get back into the second half. We might not get to the posters today. I think we'll probably try and get all this done, and then maybe the posters tomorrow, but we'll see. If we want to change up scenery, we'll do the posters. Yeah, alright, we'll be back shortly. Alright, we picked up some coffees, and I must say, I haven't even tried it and I'm already impressed. It's a really good little spot there, Christian, so thanks buddy. We'll be coming back there in the morning for breakfast.
Cheers.
So, yeah, well actually maybe we should taste the coffee before we say that.
Love that. Did you say extra hot?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's good.
extra hot.
And it's extra hot. All right, team, we're going back to work. Lunch and coffee is done. We've finished all this pile. We're going to put it all into here and then continue on. You ready for it?
Is that true? I'm eyeing on.
Where did you put it?
Which one?
I thought you put it back in the
I
pile.
put it back, but there was a Wrangler shirt that I
really?
that also got my eye.
Wow. Karla's been shopping. Yeah, perks of the job, I guess. All right, team, we're going to keep working. And just like that, we were done. Whew. This is all the Ralph Laurents. Yeah, I've done some pretty cool stuff in here, actually. A few chaps as well. Nice little ponies. Now we're going to put that into a bag, or a couple of bags, and then it's 3:15. What will we do after that? We'll see. Anyway, let's bag them and tag them. Karla has picked herself up a yellow one. All right, we've just finished a whole bunch of this is like a twill mix, but also like a heavy cotton. We've got some what would you call this, hunting as well. There's a bit of western in here, some thick, really thick stuff, actually really good for outdoors, and then a whole bunch of denim as well. So that's all done. We're going to wrap it up there, folks. There's no point actually starting anything else. It's 10 to 4, so we'll start to pack up and get out of here. My post is out of action today, so I'll be doing a drop off. But yeah, that's for next week, and then this will probably be on after that. But we've gotten this backlog, this backlog, this backlog. There's one more backlog there, and then we've got all of this. I think the next thing that we're going to tackle is either jeans, or I do have all of that is just shirts. It's a bit dark, but that's all going to be sorted too. So still have quite the challenge ahead of us, but still got one more day tomorrow. See what we can get done, and yeah, we'll leave it at that. I'm going to pack up and get out of here. So we'll say bye, and we'll see you in the morning. Yeah, what are we doing in the morning, babe?
Have breakfast.
That's it. We're going out for brekkie. All right, team. We will catch you later. Ciao.
Ciao.
Folks, and just like that, it was Friday. Can't believe we're already here again. It's the week's just flying through. Even though all we've been doing is really buttoning shirts all week, like the week's just gone real quick. Anyway, so today, pretty casual day. We're actually going to go have some breakfast at that place we went to yesterday, Saint Germain, and suss it out, and then we're going to have a bit of a late start, do a pick, pack and post. I've got about 20 orders to go out. It's actually been pretty good in the last, actually this morning actually been pretty good. Already done about 7 sales, which is nice. And then I think the game plan today is really should get onto those video game posters and stuff, and then probably back into the clothes. And I think I've got to do a drop off a little later for some stuff. So it'll probably not be a crazy day today. Taking it a bit easier. The weather's wild, and it is Friday, so you've got the Friday vibes as well. So we'll see what happens. We'll bring you along for the ride. Photographer comes in half day today, so we'll get some listings done from them as well. But yeah, not too bad. You ready, babe?
No.
Still waking up.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Alright, team, we'll see you in a jiffy. We're here, folks. Breakfast was really good. Don't you say, babe?
Yep. Thanks, Christian.
Yeah,
for
it
the
was
recommendation.
It was good. So we'll be going back there for lunch next. Not today, but another day, because there's some things there we want to try. All right, so we've got to do all these promo stuff. We're going to get cracking on that first because it's the biggest thing that needs to be done. Posters. I'll show you a few of these once we get to them. Then we've got to pick, pack and post. We've got 20 items. And then today, after that, I mean, we're leaving here about 4 o'clock. We'll be getting into some more shirts again today. So, yeah. Anyway, let me get all settled. I've got 20 orders. I'll show you all that a bit later. We're going to get this happening before we lose momentum, because it's kind of one of those days where it's been a big week.
just a bit tired, so got to just keep pushing on. All right, let's do this. So I won't be showing you every single post that we do because it's just going to take a bit of time, but this is just the first one we're doing. This is a Fallout 76 poster, which is just incredible. And it's a thick canvas, like it's a thick paperboard. It's not really paper, it's really pretty good. So if anything like this tickles your fancy, if you're looking for something particular, I've got some Red Dead Redemption, I've got some Pokemon stuff, got some Fallout stuff, and a few other, I think some Modern Warfare and Spider-Man. Let me know. Let me know. All right, let's get working. Still going, folks. Up to some Spider-Man 2 now. Karla's actually just getting started on some stuff in parallel. There's some Pokemon stuff there. All these shirts. So this is a big amount of shirts here. Karla's going to go through. Some of these are going to be not that good, and some of them are going to be fine. So she's going to be doing a bit of an ABC kind of grading, I guess, of sorts. Whew. Bit woofy, been sitting for a while, and I'm going to continue on with the posters. Okie dokie team, we're on 72,907, still up and down, and we've got 21 orders to go out. Some interesting stuff. We've got a fair bit of books going out actually. I mean, I am running some sale and stuff, so we've got books, we've got some phones, we've got a few other books here. Gears of War 4 guidebook, that's going overseas. We've got a little Canon flash. The rest is really just clothing. There was a couple of things in here which have been pretty, well, actually not crazy dollars, but just going international. So therefore they've, done all right. This, is it Ganda jumper has sold a couple of times. A few people didn't pay, but then every time I've relisted it, it sells instantly. So that's been pretty cool. They're only $25, but I paid $2.71 for that. So that's a win. Yeah, I'm going to start packing this. We finished all the posters. And Karla's still smashing away with all the clothes in here. So keep up the good work, babe. Whoop whoop.
Help.
All right, I'm gonna get packing. It's 12:30 already. All right, postage is done. A couple of boxes here as well, and just wanted to kind of share that we're actually about to hit we've already hit our best month ever in terms of revenue, which I know that doesn't really matter to some of you, but for me that's a good indicator of how we're doing in terms of turnover. And obviously it's the 30th of August, so we still have one more day. We're on 27,947, so we might get to 29,000. I would have liked to get to 30,000, but that will be for another month, I think. We've done our most sales we've ever done in a single month. We've listed the most we've ever listed in a single month, and actually our sell-through for this month has been 26% for the stuff that we've listed and sold in the same month. But our total sell-through rate in general is 58.9%, and the true sell-through rate, which is basically that's the combination of stuff that's sold and listed, not basically the amount of sold compared to listed, which is the 58%. But net profit at the moment is 7,251, which is at 25%. This by end of day tomorrow will be higher than last month, assuming no expenses come through, which there shouldn't be any, which means this should be our best month ever. Maybe not from a percentage perspective, but from a number perspective, it should be. If we have a good day tomorrow, this may actually get to 30% again. So that's good to see back-to-back months of, well, our best months and also best profit and that growth. So if we can keep this up, well, we might just have our best year yet as well. But we're 2 months into the FY, so let's not bank it all yet. So they just wanted to share that win. Really, really great to see this level of metrics coming really good. The per day revenue's been up this month as well. So obviously we did have the outlier of that big sale of $1,800 worth of video games, which would have made a huge difference on all of this. But still good to see us climbing very high in terms of everything that's happening. So yeah, I'm gonna have some lunch now. It's a bit late, just a late lunch, and then I will be also getting back in here with Karla. Karla's, are you taking a break, babe, or are you just gonna charge through?
I will take a break.
She will take a break too.
Maybe
We're gonna have some lunch.
as well.
Oh, okay, we've got Portuguese chicken. Woo woo!
Did you bring kombucha?
Yep. And we've got kombucha too. We're almost done. We're almost done. Okie dokie, folks. We have done it. We have finished that big pile of shirts. Very happy with this. We've got lots of creams, lots of mixed colours, lots of whites and more creams. So these will probably... They're not going out next week. I'm going to finish my batch of other shirts first because this is from a different deal. So I want to make sure I don't get them diluted together. But yeah, job well done, babe. We got it done. Yep, there you are. So we're going to now put one of these in some of the clear bags, and then I've got another box of clothes there which we'll finish up for the next 30 minutes, I guess. Yep, we keep charging on. Maybe you can take a breather if you want. All right, we're not out of the woods yet, folks. We're going to open up one more bale of jeans and start that process. They won't get finished today. And I know there's been a lot of questions about the jeans and the tags and stuff. I'm not going to talk about that this week. We will start that next week, but we're going to get this out. So all of this is going to turn into a whole bunch of jeans. You ready? And we're going to make Karla disappear as well. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Just like that. So this is one bale. I'll be continuing this next week. I'll do the other bale and then put them into the sections. If you do have any questions, yeah, let me know and I'll try and get back to you, but I probably would have already finished this by the time you've asked the question. But basically to help you go through and understand the difference between the oranges, you know, some of the paper tags and things like that. But we still have another whole bale of these to go through. So yeah. All right, we're gonna start to pack up in a second. And that's it. I tell you, this does bring so much joy to me. We'll be back here doing it again next week, folks. We will see you when I'm looking at you. Take it easy, enjoy the weekend. Well, for you, it's the week. For me, it's the weekend. And any questions, chuck them down below. Ciao. Wanna say bye?
So there you go. What a week. Quick little debrief. Right now I'm actually buzzing because I've just been reflecting on numbers, been reflecting on how things have been tracking. And if you've been following me for a long time, over the last 4 years, I've been trying to build this business, and I'm still building this business to suit the lifestyle that I want today, that what I want, you know, in 5-10 years. And it's been a tough challenge. There's been a lot of doubt, there's been a lot of struggle, there's been a lot of conflict in terms of, you know, getting it to where I want it to be. When I say conflict, I mean, like, you know, just lots of obstacles, challenges and problems to solve. But in the last year, more than ever, I have pressed into taking more risks and, you know, bringing on staff and outsourcing things and really trying to make things work. And again, that has been a struggle and a challenge. But now back to back, the last 2 months, August and July, I have seen new levels of growth that I've never ever seen before. And to think that I'm paying 2 staff and basically 3 when I can start to consider the amount of money I'm paying for all the washing to be processed, it's just really great to see that we're hitting plus 25% net margins. Now we're going to get into that shortly, but I just wanted to share that because right now it's very, very, like, I'm getting goosebumps, like, to be able to think that this is actually working. But obviously I can't bank my dollars until we've got this consistently for a good year. And I'm excited to be able to see it. This is just one of those moments where you look back and you realize, okay, all that hard work is paying off, but we cannot slow down. We cannot compromise. We cannot get complacent. It's now time to continue to double down on this. So it'll be interesting to see how September goes. I'm already nervous. It's the 1st of September of me filming this, and it's scary stuff. But that aside, let's get into some of the lessons. Like, the lesson that I've really been reflecting on this week is, you know, this job is the hardest, easiest work ever. And what I mean by that is there is so much that goes into all this. And that's why I try and share that, you know, the behind the scenes of what I'm doing on a regular basis, the picking, the sorting, the washing, the cleaning, the prepping, the, you know, the deal making, just the hard work. And of course that comes down to how I operate my business, my setup and my space, and, you know, how I choose to do it. It doesn't have to be that crazy, right? I mean, you can just flip part-time and you can make some really good money, by all means. But for me, you know, full-time isn't what people may think it looks like. I mean, we see a lot of content, which is a lot of fun, a lot of excitement, and it's the thrill of getting out for the chase and getting the real big deals. And I've had some of those really cool deals, which you've seen over the last few weeks, but it's not as simple as being able to replicate that, you know, doing that 600 times a month, right? Because the reality is, to get those deals, they are going to come on a regular, irregular basis. But to be able to find the bangers that's going to get you the really big dollars on a regular basis, it's a challenge. I'm not saying it's not possible, it's just a challenge. So, my goal is I need to make sure I've got repeatable income and repeatable, basically, sales coming through on a regular basis to ensure that I'm paying all my overheads, but the business is growing as well, and I've got customers coming back and customers buying more, all those different things. So, however, I say all this, but building this the way I have is now the foundation that enables, I guess, me for a smoother future. I spent a lot of money last year, investing in how this is going to happen. And now we're starting to see some of those dividends pay off of those investments. And look, we work very, very hard as a team. My photographer, my lister, John, and then I have my washing lady as well. But we enjoy ourselves and we reap the rewards. Everyone's getting obviously paid for all this, but we also have a lot of fun doing it. And, having this month with Karla as well, where she's between things at the moment. So she's been able to hang out and work in the business as well and really help us elevate it a little bit. And having all that help and building the business the way I am, it really does remove all the stress. It removes another level of frustration, or I guess things that can, make this harder than it really needs to be. And that's why I'm saying this is the hardest, easiest work ever, because compared to my previous consulting job, I am working on the basis of other people. So it's very stressful because you got people coming, picking and choosing from you, meaning they need my time. They want me to do all these things. They have deadlines. Whereas now I'm the one being able to drive, make the decisions and work accordingly to managing my own expectations, but also managing my stress, or managing what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. So my point here is this: we've been able to make this happen to date because of obviously a lot of hard work and pushing through the problems and problem solving and figuring out how do we make it work. But most of all, it really comes down to we've been able to build a system, build a process, and build a business that is working not just for one item, but for 1,000 items that are going through, and make it rinse and repeatable. And we've been able to make that a lot easier to make it happen, and step-by-step processes. Now, I'm not saying that this is perfect. By all means, it is not perfect. And I don't have it all figured out, which is lesson number 2. Clearly, I don't, as I'm only getting to these results 4 years later. So I've adapted, I've pivoted, I've changed things, I've done a lot of trial and error, I've taken on a lot of losses, and I continue to adjust and spend time to learn on how to, I guess, understand things better to be able to make those decisions. But that is the journey. Like, this is the journey. The journey is the journey. What is next will come, and I'll have to figure out how do I, get past the next challenge, get past the next problem to solve, and you will too, right? That's the whole message here, is these are the lessons for me, but hopefully you can take something from it as well. So that's all the lessons for this week. Let's quickly dive into the financials if you've made it this far. This week, at the time of me recording, it's 9 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, so you're going to see this a day later. So I'll update these numbers, but at the moment I'm seeing we're sitting on about 110 sales for the week. We've done about $5,280 for the week, and ASP we're sitting on around $48, which is not too bad. Not too bad. An average cycle time is 38 days. Really low cycle time, which is really good to see as well. So really happy with this, but I think the big thing that's making me buzz so much is the month. And again, this is after paying 2 staff, paying the storage units, all expenses, my washing supplies, all those different things. To see these results is really encouraging. So we've actually landed with my best revenue ever, $29,162, with a net profit of 26.86%, which is $7,833, which just blows my mind. So we've done 648 sales this month, which is the most sales I've ever done. We've listed the most we've ever listed. My sell-through rate's sitting at about 58.7%. True sell-through rate is that combination of both listed and sold, which is about 37%. And then the month sell-through rate, so the stuff that we listed this month and sold this month, 26% of those items have sold. So that's really encouraging. I think some of the other interesting KPIs here is sale price at the moment is about $45. Average cost of good is about $7.98, so we've been able to bring that down, and my net profit is $12 per item. That's after everything, which means we have a rebuy opportunity of 1.5. So every time I spend $7.98 for an item, I'm getting back 1.5 times of that, which means I can go buy another one of those, if not a little bit more. That still needs to I need to get that to 4, ideally, but baby steps, I'll take it. So that's this week. It's been really great. I'm really I'm on fire from it. Really am. So I'm not going to harp on this anymore. Next week, just continue to push in to continue to process through all the clothing. We get into some of the Levi jeans, and there's a whole bunch of other goodies there that we're going to be opening up. So appreciate you being here. If you do have any questions, chuck them down below. Otherwise, you have a wonderful day. Cheers.